putting my phone on vibrate. Chris Fedor, Cleveland.com. Hey, Karis. What got into you in the first quarter?
Just tried to be aggressive, take advantage of some of the single coverage I got. Saw some shots go through and just tried to ride that momentum.
When you're in a game like tonight with the circumstances working against you, how do you go into that game? What approach do you take in that kind of environment?
It was next man up for us. Obviously we got some guys banged up, but we believe that, 1 through 16, 17, however many we have on our team, we all believe that we can go out there and contribute in an NBA game, and I think we showed that tonight as a collective. Obviously it didn't go the way we wanted to in the fourth quarter. I think we just ran out of gas.
In what way did they change things defensively against you after that first quarter?
Yeah, they started trapping all my ball screens, just making it tough on every catch, denying me off the ball. They did a good job, of making the adjustment for sure.
Spencer Davies, Cavs Insider. What goes into mentally preparing knowing you're going to play 40-plus and that the team's obviously shorthanded?
Last night, just tried to get as much sleep as I could, even though it was a hard-fought game. Try to eat as much as you can, get the nutrition, but just go in there and try to be mentally tough. Camp was hard for a reason, and I think, tonight we were close, a couple possessions away from really making it a game at the end. We left Halliburton too much space on a couple of those threes. I think if, he doesn't hit the first one, it's a different game.
We talked about so much during camp about a definitive role for you, and then, of course,
Correct.
3 guys go down. But does having that experience last season makes you just kind of go right back into the mode you were?
Yeah, not only last season, just my whole life of just playing basketball. I've been a lead guard for most of, my basketball career, most of my NBA career too. So for me, that's a more natural role for me. So, when I'm in those type of situations, it's just instinctual for me to play that way.
And real quick, is foot okay? Looks like you're limping over there.
Yeah, I'm all right. Just a little sore.
Okay.
Spencer in the back.
JB talked about in the last couple of years, nobody's been asked to do more than you in terms of roles and changing. Just what type of mentality does it take to sort of get used to that and understand you're going to be sort of plugged into different situations and just kind of over it?
Yeah, man, I just love basketball, and I love being challenged. And I think that's something that keeps my interest high. And it's definitely not easy, but I was always someone who just liked figuring stuff out. I always liked puzzles and stuff like that. I was kind of a nerd as a kid, so I kind of look at it as the same thing. It's just figuring it out, and it's fun for me, honestly.
Karis, what did you see from Evan tonight?
Yeah, he was super aggressive. I felt like whenever he wanted to get to the rim, get to the free throw line, he did it, and obviously Miles is a great defender. He's one of the best center defenders in the league, and I feel like Evan, matched his intensity all night long. Even on a back-to-back, I feel like Evan was great tonight. Both sides of the ball, protecting the rim offensively, being aggressive. And for us, we just, encourage him to keep doing it, encourage him to keep being aggressive, keep picking his spots to score, especially a night like tonight when the paint is so wide open and they're not necessarily helping so much. For him just picking his spots, and I feel like he did a good job of that tonight for the most part.
You mentioned the Halliburton threes. Mm-hmm. Same thing happened last night with Oklahoma City with some breakdowns defensively at the wrong time. How do you remedy those and make sure that doesn't happen in late game situations when it's so tight?
Yeah, I think mentally we have to be better. Obviously knowing the coverages, but I think even deeper than that, we just have to know, I think just basketball, just having a body on a body, knowing who's hot, knowing the score, knowing time, situation. Like it was 1 on the shot clock when it was like 3, 2, 1. We got to know to just pressure and let the shot clock run down. Just simple things like that you get from just playing and having that experience. So I think just overall we fought. I'm really excited with our energy and our effort tonight. But just some mental plays. It's still third game of the season, so try to pick the positive and keep going.
And what goes through your mind when thinking about New York as your next matchup and the playoff rematch?
Yeah, just try to get as healthy as we can. Right now, for us as a team, keep building, try to learn from the 2 losses that we had here at home. And obviously, the media tries to make it a built-in rivalry, but every game is a big game for us. Every game is an opportunity for us to get better. That's how we look at it. That's how I look at it. So I'm just excited to get another chance to play basketball.
But are there more emotions attached to that game given what happened in April?
For me, there's not. I can't speak for the rest of the team. Right now, like I said, I'm excited to just continue to get better, continue to grow as a player.
Last one for Evan.
Right on you, but Caris, it does suck that you guys don't have Donovan, you don't have Jared, you don't have Darius for parts of the beginning of this regular season. But is there a silver lining, the fact that it allows you and Evan to get comfortable with the new guys and also just maybe find a better understanding of how everyone just kind of functions within these new systems JV's trying to install?
I think so. We tried to, do that tonight, play as a team. Try to run our offense, try to execute it defensively, try to be in the right spots. But ultimately just get, more comfortable, get Max some shots, get George, a lot of shots, Evan a lot of shots. Because we know that, at the end of the day, down the stretch of games, like Don DG is going to get a lot of attention from the defense, and we're going to be asked to make plays, down the stretch of games. So it's definitely important for us to, feel comfortable and have that confidence going into those games.
And you mentioned Max getting more shots, but are you impressed with how good he is as a playmaker out there?
Yeah, I've watched Max for some years now. So I kind of knew Max's game. I knew he wasn't, just a shooter. But he's been great off the bounce, making the right plays at the rim. He's made the lob pass. He's made the pass to the guy circling back up. He's made the floater out the pick and roll. Like, he's making all the right plays. So that's huge for us, having another quote-unquote playmaker out there with Don and Gigi and myself that can just make the right play as well as hit a spot up three. It's just, harder for the defense to guard. But, he's been great the first 3 games.
Thanks, Bear.
Thanks, Chris.